EA Sports. It's in the game.
What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. It's a little bit rainy here, man. I need some sunshine. But guys, I want to talk about college football 25 because there's information out. There's things to talk about. And I feel like we'll be getting some information, some more information on the game very, very, very soon. Heck, I would say maybe if not by the end of the week, then by next week. I think we'll be getting some information for sure. And if you hadn't already, guys, go check out the video from last night. I'm just pulling that up on here. I don't want that on there. But go check out the video from yesterday, not a Madden reskin. There was some information that was dropped in that video from Eric Rayweather and Mike Straw on Twitter that I talked about in that video, as well as check out the other NCAA game videos that we've talked about, man. We're getting pretty good following on that. Man, I remember I did that. That's old. That is so old. But anyway, go check out those most recent videos, guys. And today, of course, I am going to talk about Road to Glory. But before I get into that, Mike Straw tweeted this out earlier this morning. I was at work, so I couldn't do a video or talk about it. Small announcement, but Mike Straw Media will be there. Will there be announcements on EA Sports College this week? That was a question that was asked to him. He replied, EA has a number of people in Orlando for a private showing of the game. Not sure when NDA lifts, and that's non-disclosure agreements, but it's coming very soon. So, if maybe not by this weekend, shoot, next week I think we'll get some more information on college football. Now, he had a live stream on his Twitch account. I implore you guys to go follow him on Twitter. Where he talked about the stuff that we talked about in yesterday's video. And I'm going to get into some of that other stuff in a later video. I talked about it yesterday, but there's some other things that I want to discuss more in depth. But for today's video, guys, I want to talk about Road to Glory because that is one of the other prominent game modes that I think everybody is going to be playing. Okay. We did a video on Dynasty mode. We were talking Road to Glory. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Y'all guys have been doing an amazing job of subscribing to the channel. Remember that it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps me out a ton, guys, because my goal is to get to the point where I can make money from YouTube, consistent money. My goal is like, what, 5K? 5K a month, man. And if I get enough followers and subscribers and stuff like that, then that is a extremely real possibility. And I can do what I love, man, playing video games and making videos. But anyway, Road to Glory. Live the life of a student athlete with your created player and take home the Heisman as you build an unforgettable college football legacy. I'm going to read it all, then we're going to go break it down. Manage your weekly schedule, GPA, and your image. Earn coach trust to get more playing time, or use the transfer portal to get the time and the glory you deserve. So Road to Glory has been one of those modes that everybody's loved in college football. Like, it's always fun to play that along with Dynasty. And that's what makes part of what makes college football such a great game is having these different modes to give you different perspectives and different outlooks. In my opinion, it's done a lot better than Madden with their single player mode, if you will. In the past, and I'm talking NCAA 14, you started out as a high school football player and you could play both sides of the field, which I love that because you could actually get recruited for offense or you can get recruited for defense or both, which is really, really cool. And then you can make the decision what side of the ball you wanted to play in college. Now, in 14, you didn't have to manage a GPA. You just played football. But in previous renditions of the game, especially in I think 11 and 06, you actually had to go to class. You had a schedule and you had class. And it even, if I'm not mistaken, gave you little tests to take and stuff like that based off of general knowledge type of deals. And if your GPA fell low enough, you didn't get to play. And that was a pretty interesting deal. But they took it out of later renditions of the game because people just wanted to play football at the end of the day. Now, they are bringing that back. So, live the life of a student athlete with your creative player and take home the Heisman as you build an unforgettable college football legacy. Manage your weekly schedule. Guys, there's going to be practice. There's going to be, with GPA, there's got to be classes to attend, tests to take, and things like that. But guys, according to Mike Straw, What he talked about with Road to Glory is that it is going to be very in depth. There's going to be some depth to it in like the off season of Road to Glory. And the way that he stated this about Road to Glory was that EA wants replayability, because we all know you've played Road to Glory and it gets really, really repetitive. Like, that's a big part of why they took out the GPA stuff. And even if you remember, in Road to Glory, you can simulate the next week and then boom, something pops up and your GPA drops or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So instead of practicing, you had to go to study hall to do stuff to get your grades up and manage it. It was a big mess. And it was so repetitive. And even 14's Road to Glory mode was repetitive to the point you just, you had certain training things you could click on and you didn't really do anything. It was more simulated, but you got points and you can upgrade your character and stuff like that. Guys, this one is going to be in depth. Like, when I tell y'all they have gone all out for this game, they have really gone all out for this game. And I think we're going to be impressed. I think our expectations are going to be exceeded with this game. So with managing your weekly schedule, okay, yeah, workouts, school, we know that. That's cool. Your GPA, the biggest part of Road to Glory, guys, is going to be your image. Okay? Yes, your image. Why? Road to Glory is basically going to be all about you building your brand. Yes, your brand, your name, your image, your likeness. Why is that so important? Guys, because that's what we live in college football today. It's about athletes being a brand unto themselves. Your name, image, and likeness, you now get compensated for. So your image is crazy important. If you go to Instagram right now, type in your favorite college football players' Instagram handles, you're going to see guys showing an image of what they want people to see. Travis Hunter is, to me, a textbook guy that you can see his Instagram. Let me go pull that up. So here we are on Travis Hunter's Instagram page. And I'm using this for an example. First of all, 1.2 million followers. If this guy were not in the media, if NIL and promoting athletes wasn't a thing, this guy wouldn't have this many followers because he doesn't do anything outside of football. But this is what I'm talking about with promoting the image. And I really wonder, are they going to throw some kind of social media element into Road to Glory? Because it clearly tells you, manage your image. How else would you manage your image? Maybe you get to take screenshots in the game and you get to post it and make captions and you get followers. Like, I know that sounds corny to some of us older guys. Like, I'll play games where those things just wasn't there. But as a content creator myself, I understand the need for an image, as well as a coach and a teacher. You got to maintain a certain image. And that's the world that we live in. So I don't know, maybe it would be cool if they had some kind of social media deal. They've had things like that before. They've had Twitter in Madden video games, and you would see people tweeting out certain things and things of that nature. It's also been in 2K. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to see this put into a college football game where image is king in your Road to Glory mode. So looking at his Instagram, this is kind of what I'm talking about. You look at his Instagram and there's nothing provocative. There's nothing out of way. There's nothing inappropriate. Why? Because everything he's doing is to promote his brand, himself, Travis Hunter. You see what I'm saying? He's got a picture of his girlfriend and him, some clips or whatever. He's marketing himself on the cover of the NCAA or EA Sports College football game. He's at ball games here. You see what I'm saying? Celsius, brand deals or whatever, that's the type of things that you see right here that is really, really cool to see. Same thing. Let's go to Shador Sanders' Instagram page. And it's the same thing, guys. 1.8 million followers. He's not even following 1,000 people. But marketing. He is marketing himself. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm talking about. Brands are going to want to see your social media handle. If you are trying to get brand deals, if you are trying to get NIL money, if you are trying to be recruited in high school to go and play college, teams, brands, companies, they are going to look at your social media because your image that you put out there for everybody is going to be associated with them, their school, your product, and they are going to want somebody that is not going to cause problems with destroying the image of their brand. Same thing when you look at Shiloh's account. I guarantee you it's built the same way. Look at it. He is a brand. He's not posted up drinking and smoking and doing all kind of crazy stuff. It's an image. It's a brand. Okay. Dylan Edwards, another cover athlete. Let's see what his Instagram or social media looks like. I'm not signing in. They trying to get me to sign in to Instagram, bro. I guess I looked at too many pages. Now they kind of forcing me to sign in. Let's refresh that. See, there we go. Dylan Edwards. I don't know why I said another cover athlete. I'm not Dylan Edwards. I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about God dang, my mind went blank. The Michigan player. Y'all, my mind literally went blank, man. Oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name. I'm sorry, I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm gonna sit here and pretend like it. But anyway, Dylan Edwards, another Colorado Buffalo. Same deal, man. Marketing. You see an image. You see what he's about. Does that make sense? So you can literally see how important your image is for that. And I'm not saying they'll put anything social media wise in there. I'm just saying that's why that's in the game, because managing your image in college football is very important because of NIL being a thing now, as well as student athletes being able to get brand deals. All right. Earn coach trust to get more playing time. That's not a new element in the game. Even in NCAA 14 and previous Road to Glory modes, you always had that little coach trust meter, and that was filled up by you making plays on the field. You know what I'm saying? Not getting penalties, making positive yards, touchdowns, and things of that nature. I wonder if things like GPA will play a role in coach trust. Practices made and missed may play a role in coach trust. That would be really cool. And it sounds crazy because people will be like, man, why would I miss practice? That's crazy. Why would I skip practice? That's crazy. But hey, you may not have done good on your GPA, so you got to go to an extra study hall or something like that. You know, and in reality, study halls are generally done within the program, so you're not going to miss practice to have to go make up a test or something to that effect, or go to a study hall, if you will. But you know what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. Coach trust isn't anything new, but I wonder if they're going to add any depth to it or stuff like that. Another cool thing that was like in Road to Glory, I remember, is like getting promoted to captain and stuff, you know, but that was part of the coach trust meter. So that's not anything new, but you know, it's still cool to see your hard work get paid off and the coach to take notice and give you more responsibilities. And in Road to Glory, it allowed you to do more things like audible and change the plays and actually even get to the point of picking some of the plays. Now, one thing that I would like, because I'm all for Road to Glory, controlling one player and stuff, I really like that even in Madden, they allowed you to control everybody else on the field. Because one thing, I get it. It's Road to Glory. You're only controlling yourself. You can't dictate what everybody else in the team does. But at the same time, this is a video game, and nobody wants to be doing stuff and then losing ball games because the computer dropped a pass that they should have caught or didn't make a move that they probably should have made, you know? So it would be really, really cool if you're able to control everybody else on the field. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say in NCAA 14, oh man, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but weren't we able to? No, you was not able to control everybody. I'll take that back. That was in Madden. In the Madden single player mode, they did have it to where you can control everybody else on the field as well as just your player, which was cool. Or, and the big thing here, use the transfer portal to get the time and the glory you deserve. So, interestingly, you know what I'm saying? What would be an instance where the transfer portal would be a thing? Because remember at 14, guys, you had to earn your starting position. It was super cool getting recruited, because whenever you got recruited, you get to see the schools that were offering you scholarships at the position that you were playing, and you got to see their depth chart, and it told you, hey, if you come to this school, you're going to be X X number on the depth chart. You'll be a backup. You'll be the second string or the third string, or you'll be fourth string on the depth chart. That was so cool to see, because even some of the subdivision schools you would go to, and you may be a backup, but most of the times if you got to be a 5-star guy or a 4-star guy, you were going to be a starter at those smaller schools, but you may still be a backup or a third string even at some of the Power 5 schools. And in practice and things like that, you had to earn points that would level up your ratings and allow you to move up the depth chart based off of your ratings. What I would love is not so much a ratings thing, more of a production thing. I think that would be really cool, because yeah, it's cool to train and stuff to get points, rate up. Hey, your overall's better. It makes you better on the field, don't get me wrong. But I wish that there was an element that actually looked at your production on the field as a contributing factor to you moving up the depth chart. Because let's be real, the biggest, fastest, strongest guys aren't always the ones that are out there starting. Sometimes it's smarts and brains and being able to run routes and things like that, or, doing the right things, doing the little things right can help you move up the depth chart as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I think that has something more along to do with the coach trust type of deal. But I think if we look on the surface, it's gonna look more at you doing different drills and things like that, improving your overall, and that's what's going to move you up the depth chart. Like I said, the reason I don't like that is because just because you're talented doesn't mean that you should be starting. Like, I think there should be other factors, and yeah, GPA is a factor, but I think that along with your image, all of that could play a role as to where you are on the depth chart and as far as the coaching trust thing. So the transfer portal, what would be an instance where you would transfer? Hey, if you're 2 years into your road to glory and you're not getting the ball as much, or you're not a starter, they recruit somebody, bring somebody in that's better than you, and you move down the depth chart. I don't know. Or you may just get tired of playing with a certain team and want to go play for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? The thing about the transfer portal and the road to glory is it's cool. It's a real deal, but there needs to be some scenarios where you may be faced with a situation where it's like, hey, I want to stick around, or hey, I want to go. Maybe you get a coaching change and he changes the offense and he moves you down the depth chart, and you have a choice to, hey, I want to stay here, work my way back up the depth chart in this new offense or something, or I'm going to just take my talents elsewhere. Or maybe you're a receiver and you get a new head coach and he wants to run the option. Well, that doesn't quite fit what you do as a receiver. You're wanting to make it to the league. And so, yeah, you may transfer out. Or, they get some big-time recruit that the coach wants to play in front of you. But you can earn a starting spot all over again, or you can choose to transfer. What I'm saying is, if we're going to put the transfer portal in Road to Glory, there needs to be certain random scenarios that can happen at any point in time in your tenure at college that would give you the choice to either stay, fight it out, see through it to the end, or to say, hey, I'm going to just try to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, all the transfer portal is at that point, if they do it just normally, then it just turns into I'm kind of bored playing for this school. I want to go play for a different school. You know what I'm saying? So give us scenarios. Otherwise, I don't see the transfer portal being a big deal in Road to Glory, because, when people pick schools to go to, you know what I'm saying? It could also, I will say this, maybe you're not a big-time recruit, and you go sign with a smaller school like a Buffalo or a Miami of Ohio or a Northern Illinois, you know what I'm saying? And you're dominating, you're putting in some work, and you say, I kind of want to take my shot playing at a bigger school. I can see transferring at that point in time, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't know. The only thing about the transfer portal is schools can't reach out to you unless you're in the portal legally. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be super. This is going to be the one thing right here that I am the most interested to see how all of this comes together in a Road to Glory mode. But needless to say, guys, the offseason, like I said, Mike talked about the offseason and Road to Glory is going to be really, really in depth. And same thing in Dynasty mode. He said he didn't see anything as far as like a spring game, which I think is a missed opportunity. Because spring games are a big deal now, so much so that even these networks broadcast these spring football games and stuff like that. And if you're in dynasty mode and you're a coach, it's a good way to look at your incoming freshmen who graduated early, as well as look at the team that you have going forward. Spring games used to be a thing in previous college football games, and then they took it out the college football game, and they had the senior. No, actually, the same year they had the spring game in that college football game, and I can't remember which one it was. But the same year they had that, they had the Senior Bowl that you can play in Madden with the incoming rookies and stuff like that. So regardless, man, these two game modes are going to be extremely in-depth. And he didn't go into detail as far as what stuff will be done in the offseason, but he did say in Road to Glory that in the offseason, they're doing big things, and it's all for the replayability of Road to Glory so that it's not the same monotonous things over and over and over. Like, there's going to be some stuff to play for. So I'm super excited to see that. What elements down below? Let me know what elements in Road to Glory are you most excited to see or hear about or talk about or get to experience. Guys, I'm excited, man. I think we'll get some news very, very soon. It'd be amazing if we got it. What's today? Wednesday? If we got some tomorrow or Friday. But hey, if we don't get anything till next week, I'm fine with that as well. That's all I got for right now, guys. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Uh-huh.